What's up, everybody? Ninth Jim here, bringing another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video. Today we're going to be talking about Rotom-Heat. I talked about Rotom Wash the other day. This is another really good form. There's this, the Wash and Cut form that are my three favorites. The three that I'm going to be covering definitely. Maybe even Fridge. He's really cool under Blizzard. It's really cool with Blizzard under Hail, just being able to do a lot of damage with that, and then still having the access of being a Rotom-type Pokemon, things like Discharge, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, all of these awesome attacks. So, without further ado, Rotom-Heat. We're going to start getting into it. I have a couple of builds here, but we're going to start off about its typing. Its typing is Fire Electric, which is really cool. Here, our second one, ignore the numbers at the top of the weakness chart. Look at these second ones. So we are going to be taking not very effective damage from Fire, Grass, Ice. What else we got? Bug, Steel, and Fairy. So a lot of resists across the board, which is really good for us, as well as our only quad weakness is Ground, which is pretty much patched up for Levitate, except for, of course, Mold Breaker Rotom. If you watched the last one, I went over how Mold Breaker Rotom is the biggest problem for Rotom Pokemon, and that definitely carries over to this, since Mold Breaker, Drill Run, High Horsepower, Earthquake kill you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how bulky you go. You're dead if that hits you. So be very careful of that kind of thing. That's really it for that. Anyway, and then we also have Water, of course, being 2 times effective, and Rock, and that's actually it. And then we have one quad, but like I said, it's only really Mold Breaker Rotom that gets through that. Mold Breaker Haxorus having Drill Run is there as well, so just keep that in mind too. If you see a Haxorus, it's going to be Mold Breaker, potentially Earthquake, or High Horsepower or something. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, we have the Ghost Rock, not Ghost. I was looking at the wrong chart, just trying to go through it. Rock and Water, which are both problematic. Rock being Excadrill and Tyranitar, they both just kind of go crazy on this Pokemon. This is not a good Pokemon for against those. And then Water is pretty prevalent in the meta as well. The form of Gastrodon, Milotic, Gyarados, all these kind of Pokemon. All these Pokemon are very, very strong with Water-type attacks. And then you also have Dracovish, which kills you. You're dead with a Dracovish. But we're faster than Dracovish if you go the Scarf mode. If you don't go Scarf mode, well, you're probably dead to a Dracovish. So keep that in mind as well. But yeah, that's it for typing. For our ability, it's Levitate. This is no new news from anybody. It just gives you the damage from Ground type. Has no effect to this Pokemon, except, like I'm saying, the Mold Breaker Excadrill is scary. And Mold Breaker Haxorus as well is a relevant threat. But yeah, that's it for that. Then we'll look at its stats briefly, though. Rotom Wash, they have the same. All of the Rotom forms have the same stats. Speed 86, Special Defense 107, Special Attack 105, Defense 107, Attack 65, and HP 50. And I actually have to double check real quick. Am I incorrect about all of the stats being different? I don't think I am. I'm like having a little crazy guy moment here. No, all alternate forms actually do have the same stats. I knew that. I was just going a little crazy for a second. Don't ask me why. Anyway, 50 HP, 107 defense, 107 special defense, both really good defenses. Not the best HP, but that's okay. With some investment, we can make that pretty manageable. So for our first build, we actually have a rather bulky Pokemon, being 244 HP, 84 defense, special attack at 44, 4 special defense, and 132 speed. Honestly, I just took this off of Pikalytics. This is the first actual bulky Pokemon, bulky form of Rotom-Heat that we have in the meta in VGC 2020. So I'm not really sure exactly what the 132 investment into speed is outspeeding. We hit 123. I looked at all of the stuff, and there's nothing immediate that we're outspeeding. I think it's mostly just pour over. But 84 plus defense, being bold nature, giving us plus defense minus attack, does actually give us some relevant calcs. We could deliver a couple of attacks from things like Gyarados. That's the only calc that I have offhand. And also Excadrill. So boom. Right there, we have some relevant calcs. So 84 plus 244, HP is actually pretty relevant, makes us bulky enough to live a couple of key attacks, which is really good. And then after that, all of our resist hits, all of our normal hits, non-resist, just normal 1x damage, we can live a lot of attacks. Our bulky Rotom-Heat is actually fairly bulky. Give it Citrus Berry or Pinch Berry, and you're looking pretty solid with Rotom-Heat. That's for our first build. Our second build is Choice Scarf build. This is no different from any other Rotom build. You make it really fast. You give it Choice Scarf. You max your special attack, your speed, give it some good moves, and that's it. Pretty basic, pretty cookie cutter. Choice Scarf, Levitate. We gave it Overheat, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Trick. Just fast. Strong, Trick, switch around, Volt Switch, switch out. Thunderbolt, Overheat, good spread, good damage, both stab, great strong moves. I just realized we just brain farted the bulky Pokemons. We only said its stats. We didn't say its attacks. So we have Overheat, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, and Protect. Will-O-Wisp is just to guarantee you don't take that much damage from physical Pokemon. It's really good, actually. Will-O-Wisp is crazy in this format. Everything is physical. Not everything, but a lot of things are physical that you deal with. So having physical bulk plus Will-O-Wisp is really, really powerful. And then Protect is just there. So yeah, that's our two builds. It's pretty cookie cutter. Both of them are pretty standard. You can definitely just go bold and then all into defense or all into special defense, whatever you think you're going to see more. Probably defense, but having Will-O-Wisp and pair it with an Intimidate Pokemon, you're not going to be taking much physical damage, and Rotom-Heat is just going to be there for a while. So that's really good. I should have put an Intimidate Pokemon in our partner Pokemon spot. Oh well, I didn't. Excuse me. Anyway, here we also have some extra Pokemon, or some extra attacks here in the top right. Ally Switch, Helping Hand, Thunder Wave, Discharge. All of these are really, really good moves. Half of them are 3 out of 4 of them are really good support moves. Ally Switch for the mind games. Helping Hand to make your partner Pokemon super, super strong. Thunder Wave to spread paralysis, which is really, really relevant. Paralysis on setup Pokemon is really good. Paralysis on big Dynamax Pokemon is really good. There's a lot of speed control in the game. Speed controlling with Thunder Wave is really relevant. Thunder Wave is a really good move in general. Have you heard me say really enough? It's very good. Anyway, then we also have Discharge as our last one. This spreads paralysis as well, being able to also hit all Pokemon. You can protect one of your other Pokemon, or you can attack while use Discharge while you have Excadrill or Gastrodon or something like that. Completely negate the damage onto your partner Pokemon. It's just really strong in general. It has 30% paralysis, which is a crazy chance to get paralysis. Yeah, it's really good for spreading attack damage all over the place. My set for this at the very beginning of the game, back when VGC 2020 just started like 6-7 weeks ago, my sets were all just Overheat, Volt Switch, Discharge, Protect. Boom. And then I did Choice Scarf, and then I replaced the Protect with Trick. And it was really, really powerful. That was my first Rotom Wash set as well, just change out the Overheat for the Hydro Pump. Anyway, it's very similar. And that'll be a cookie cutter staple Rotom build forever. Like, just, you can always use it. Anyway, then we have some partners here. So Torkoal, I have Torkoal here. It's Torkoal or Ninetales. Setting Sun is really powerful. You can get a couple of really, really powerful kills off of using Sun, giving you 1.5 times damage boost in the Sun to your Overheat, which is really cool. We also have just Dragapult here to show off just generic Pokemon. Rotom-Heat is a Pokemon that you can just slap on a team if it helps your coverage. It's really powerful. This is just a really good Pokemon in general, put on any teams. Not really any teams. You don't want too much coverage of the same coverage. So put it on teams where like you actually need the Thunder or Fire, you know. And then we also have Gastrodon here. Gastrodon can protect you from things incoming like Scald, Waterfall. All these water attacks, you can just switch in your partner Pokemon. Rotom gets a free turn to just go crazy, and then your Gastrodon gets to Storm Drain, soak it up, and then attack the next turn with special attack boosted. Very, very good. Gastrodon works really well with Rotom-Heat. And then we also have another Pokemon that's just generic. Whimsicott, Grimmsnarl, any of these Pokemon, these great setup prankster Pokemon, just setup in general Pokemon, to really help Rotom-Heat just have a heyday and go crazy. Reflect and Light Screen lets this Pokemon live a while, especially the bulky build. If you use Grimmsnarl, set up Reflect or Light Screen, he just lives forever. So yeah, that's really all I have for the initial sets. We also have some speed tiers here that I want to go over really briefly. Some of them are fairly relevant. Let me move myself next to you, Rotom. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. Hydreigon. All right. First off, I'm skipping ahead. First off, 226 is our form change Rotom max speed Scarf tier. 226, very very good number. Outspeeds a lot of Pokemon. All high speed Pokemon. This just goes right over. Unless they're scarfed, then you maybe have to worry about some stuff. For our first two tiers above it actually are both Scarf Pokemon. Scarf Galarian Darmanitan is the main one in that 241 tier. That's really big actually. We don't outspeed it, but we do usually live a lot of their stuff. Let me go in and this actually, I should have put this in the damage calc, but I did not. So Darmanitan Galar default set. We live an Icicle Crash at the 0 bulk build, the Scarf build. We live Icicle Crash, and Superpower, we have a 40% chance to die to Oko. We live their Flare Blitz and U-Turn, stuff like that. And that is not Dynamaxed as well. Most of my calcs in general aren't Dynamaxed, but some are, and we'll go over that briefly when it gets to it. But Darmanitan, you usually will live the first attack and then return Oko with the Overheat. Very, very powerful. And then another thing that is Scarf that will outspeed us is Hydreigon. Hydreigon is pretty annoying. It does outspeed us, although it should not ever Oko us, I believe. That's another one that I really should have done some damage calcs in present. Anyway, Dark Pulse and Draco Meteor both do have a 30% chance to KO us, to Oko us. So that is something to be aware of. Hydreigon has a chance of just killing you with Rotom. So keep that in mind. And then a couple of things that we outspeed that is relevant that's barely outspeeding is Vileplume in Sun with Chlorophyll. Like I mentioned, Sun makes this Pokemon very, very powerful, being able to throw out really, really strong overheats. So Vileplume, we barely outspeed, but we do outspeed it. And then Overheat does crazy damage to that Pokemon. Most of the time it will be Sash though, so you don't get to Oko. Just keep that in mind. And then a last thing that's pretty relevant is Togekiss and Braviary. We outspeed them both after a max Airstream. So if we hit them really hard and then don't proc their weakness policy at Togekiss, then its max Airstream won't outspeed us next turn. So that's pretty relevant as well. Then I have some damage calcs here we'll go over. This is the... Whoops. I do that every time. This is the fairly bulky version of me. I'm a Rotom. This is the fairly bulky version of Rotom here. We live a Gastrodon Scald, but we don't live a +1 Gastrodon Scald after they get Storm Drain activated. They are Okoing us 93% of the chance, percent of the time. Otherwise, they will not kill us with Scald. And this is the bulky build. It will kill us with Scald if we are not bulky at all. If it's all into speed and special attack. So keep that in mind as well. And then another one. This should be fairly obvious. We Oko completely. We just demolish any Ferrothorn that comes in our way with 44 special attack only. We don't even have to max out and we kill it. Obviously, with Choice Scarf, we will kill it and outspeed it. So, yeah. And then the Excadrill. So, this is a kind of weird matchup. So, Mold Breaker Excadrill, 252 attack, high horsepower, guaranteed kills us. Could you have guessed that? All the times that I've said how scary this is. But, here's the cool thing. If you are... Wait, what was the cool thing? I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, if you are Choice Scarf, you kill it every time. Oh, that's right. Let's see. Where are you at, Excadrill? So we're at 123 speed and positive. So if it's AV Excadrill, it's down at 140. Or if it's uninvested, if it's AV Excadrill, it only hits 108. So we outspeed AV Excadrill, but we don't outspeed like regular Mold Breaker 252. So yeah, that sucks. So Mold Breaker Excadrill is scary. It always will be. But Scarf, we actually like outspeed and Oko. So keep that in mind. That's really relevant. We guaranteed Oko with the Overheat even at only 44 special attack. So That's something to keep in mind. Also, it does 171 to 202. So after Reflect, if you set up Reflect, it only has like a 3% chance to kill you. It's really, really low. So yeah, keep that in mind as well. Anyway, then we also have Corviknight. We don't kill it. Don't think you can kill it when you're bulky. Only at 44 special attack, we only do 62 to 74%, so we're not going to be killing it, and that won't put it down to its Citrus or Pinch Berry, and then Iron Defense doesn't matter, and we can kill it on the next turn, so keep that in mind as well. Have you heard me say keep that in mind enough? I don't think you have. Gyarados. 252 attack Gyarados Waterfall into our bulky boy, hits 70 to 82%. We are living it every time, 84 plus defense. But Max Geyser, ouch, you die. So keep that in your mind. Anyway, 44 special attack Rotom-H, Thunderbolt, kill it. 130 to 155, it's a dead Gyarados. But if it uses the berry that gives it half damage, it lives. So keep that in mind as well. Keep that in mind. Anyway, on to the next one. Here we have Gyarados. This is our fast boy. Fast, strong, 252 into special attack speed. Gyarados, Waterfall, killing us. Be scared of Gyarados when you're 252. However, we do outspeed it, and then Thunderbolt kills it unless it has that berry. If it has that berry, Waterfall gonna kill us. If that doesn't have the berry, Gyarados go away. You're dead. But Dynamax will live it. So keep that in mind. Anyway, Dynamaxed Excadrill. Our Overheat doesn't kill it. No guaranteed OHKO. 2-hit KO. There's crazy wind in my room right now. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, 2-hit KO. 72 to 86% into a Dynamaxed Excadrill. You can't kill it. And then it return OHKOs us. So ouch. Tyranitar, also, Max Rockfall super kills us. We're so dead from that. So stay clear of Excadrill Tyranitar. We can't do anything to that. I think I said that earlier. This is like the scariest against us. As a Rotom-Heat user, you don't want to run into Tyranitar Excadrill. Anyway, in Sun, this is our last actual calc. In Sun, we kill... we OHKO with 252 special attack Rotom. We OHKO the Corviknight in Sun, hitting 112 to 132. That's really cool, actually. And that's on 252 plus special defense Corviknight. So that's like huge, is that we just kill that. With a Sun, though. So you have to have like Torkoal or something out. Anyway, that's going to be it for the guide today. Rotom-Heat, this was a long video. I didn't intend for this to be so long of a video. But it was, so hopefully you enjoyed it. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get big. Whoa. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. We are at 18 minutes, so if you're still here, you're crazy. But thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your days. Please like and subscribe if you want to. I'm not forcing you, but please do it. And thank you so much for watching. I've said that already. I'm done before I'm repeating myself anymore. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.